Hey kids, are you looking for a deck that's fun to play and all the other meta sheep are playing? Well, we've got the deck just for you.
How about blue? We've got stripping sources, freezing Digimon right in their tracks, and gaining memory out of absolutely nowhere. Hello everyone, it is I, Seto-sama the Fanatic.
And you're not so senior citizen.
Wait, hold on. If I'm the eldest member of the group, what makes you the old man, the senior?
You want to know what discipline was like before Child Protection Services, young man?
Okay, moving on! So yeah, we have a double deck profile for you guys today. If you guys couldn't tell from the intro, it's technically a double blue hybrid deck. Technically
we both chose
not.
Blue.
It's
we both
blue.
chose blue.
So yeah, this video is going up basically towards the end of the format. BT8's coming out in like 2 weeks. So don't let Black War Greymon fool you. This deck is still gonna be
funny.
Really annoying to fight. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and just get into it. Starting off with the Digi-Eggs, of course. I'm rocking the standard, just use 4 of it, because we like having the effect. Arguably, though, Chris here has the better egg combination.
Yeah, so I have the 4 Kumamon, which is not so dependent on attacking, but still lets you get that draw. And then I'm still running just the 1 Upa.
Yeah, because Upa is arguably still the best egg, but for Kumamon, since we've got so many different cards that strip evolution sources, this is arguably the better egg of the 2. Next, going into the actual main deck of 50 cards. First off, we're running things a little bit differently. I'm going hard on the hybrids. He's kind of just using the hybrids as an engine. So for my deck, first we've got the 4 Strabimon that are the BT4 one. You know, it's Strabimon. On play, reveal top 3, search a hybrid and a tamer among them. Doesn't matter the level. This is your main level 4 that you want to plop down. More of the Strabimon love. We got the one from BT6, which gains you memory whenever you attack with a hybrid or a 10 warriors. And then cut this down to 2. I used to have 4 of him because I pulled him and he chose me. But he just searches for other stuff and lets you play Koji for free, because we're running the Magna build for this one. That's the first thing I'm going to say about this. One of the reasons that basically everyone hates blue right now is just the myriad of different ways you can play it. You can build it the Magna route, which I've got. You can build it the surprise way that Chris is building it over here, or you can just play it as kind of just like a rush where you just use all of some of the other stuff that we'll get into with Chris's 3s, because these are not my last 2 level 3s. So let's go ahead and get into Chris's main rookies, shall we say.
So my main rookies, they all do the same thing. I'm running 4 of the promo Kumamon and 4 of the blue Kumamon, which allows you, when you detach an opponent's Digivolution source, you gain 1 memory. And
like I've said in various other deck profiles on the channel, if you can run 8 copies of a card, you do it. And then for our standard blue choking stuff, we got 2 copies of Madoki Betamon, and then Chris is even going further and running the 1 Sayakomon. These are basically, everyone runs the memory boost and something that gains memory outside of tamer effects, so these guys are always good. Yes. And this is very good against anti-hybrids, because it makes it so that the 7s are always, the level 5s are always 3 cost instead of their 1 if they're Digivolved on top of a tamer. And then to round off my rookies, I've got 3 copies of arguably the most used card of the last couple months. Bokomon. On play, reveal top 5, add any 1 card with hybrid or 10 warriors in its trait, and a tamer card from among them to your hand. Oh, and if you Digivolve your hybrid on top of a tamer, gain 2 memory. Another reason why Madoki is so freaking good, because it stops that too. But that's it for the rookies. On to the champions, because Digimon are the champions. Or did you not listen to the theme song back in the 90s? So, first off, we have the same exact lineup here, which is 4 Kumamon. I'll go ahead and let you... Oh, you've only got 3?
I'm only running 3 of each hybrid champion, because my focus is more on Hexablau than it is on...
Correct. I forgot about that. So, Kumamon's thing is when you Digivolve him, it doesn't matter on top of a tamer or on top of where, but if he's out in the battle area, yeah, strip an opponent's Digimon of their source. It's the bottommost card. So on top of that, we have, he's got 3. I'm running 4 Korikakumons. This guy, everyone hates this card right now. So no sources. Oh, you can't attack or block. It has to be Digivolved on top of Tommy or a hybrid in order for that effect to trigger, but just the mere fact that you could just Digivolve it on 1 from a level 4, but 3 for a level 3, but 2 on top of a Tamer. This deck just freezes everything. Tommy. It just freezes everything. And then for our last champions, he's disrupting to...
I'm just running blockers because 1 Digivolve cost and block.
Yeah, the blockers don't come up as much because there's so many ways of getting rid of them, but in certain situations they're still nice. And I'm rounding up my champion lineups by running 2 Star Doggo, aka Lobomon. No, I'm serious. He's actually got friggin' lightsabers. Look at that. So yeah, that's it for the level 4s. Got 10 each with different emphases. This is where our decks really start to differ, though, is the level 5s. So for my deck, I've got 4 copies of the new Beowulfmon from BT6. Because, it's, one, it's an ultimate that's a 1-cost evolution if it's on top of a Digimon that has a Tamer as a source. And then when attacking, you can return a hybrid to your hand and bounce a level 4 or lower Digimon. So, it's a 1-cost ultimate, potentially. It gets rid of a body, and it recurs your resources from under him. There's a reason a lot of people hate this card right now. And to round off my 5s, I've got the 2 other Beowulfmons just to say, screw you, green hybrid. And red hybrid. It's like, oh, I've got a Tamer or a hybrid in my sources. Yeah? What did that mean? That means you can't attack me. No piercing for you. Get over him. Are you stripping my sources? Yeah, because I'm playing blue. Oh, feels bad.
Yeah, and then for my sources, I'm playing even more of the trashing. So the Chris Peldramons for wide range, for widespread targeting, trashing, and then both he and the other ultimate I play have the same inherited effects, granting security attack +1 to my megas. And then to finish off my ultimates, I have 3 Majiras, which do even more trashing, and then allows my megas to unsuspend if my opponents have no Digimon that have no Digivolution sources.
Which is absolutely nuts. Now, one of the other things that I should mention about the standard blue hybrid build, some people are running the main mega that this guy is running over here. A lot of people are just running a Zulongmon from BT6 as their main mega. So it depends on if you're going with whatever my mega line is, or if you're just running a Zulongmon or whatever. But that's one of the main reasons that this deck is so powerful, because you don't know what their highest level is until you actually fight it, which is what makes it super annoying. So speaking of, we'll go ahead and get into 3 copies of Magma Garurumon. We have the Koji, which we'll get to in a few moments. And this thing is on Digivolve or when attacking. You can return any hybrid from your sources to your hand and then bounce an opponent's Digimon at the same level. On both, so that way it can be both offensive and defensive. Oh, and whenever a card is added to your hand by a card effect, you unsuspend one of your Digimon once per turn. This guy is nuts! He's a very, very good boy. Problem is drawing him and making sure that you can do anything with him. Chris, on the other hand, is running the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm running more megas than he is. So my boy Hexablow, when attack, detach 2 Digivolution sources, and then if your opponent has at least 1 Digimon with no Digivolution sources, it gains jamming, and then. Insult to injury, all your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution sources can't attack or block the next turn.
Yep. Like we said, stuns the whole field.
Yep, and then even more, a Zulongmon, so upon Digivolve, detach 1 Digivolution sources off all of your Digimon, and then it gains, and then you gain memory for each Digimon your opponent has with no Digivolution sources, which is actually extremely crazy with either Goma or Belukamon, because that's even more memory gain for you.
And he's normally a 5 cost, so that mitigates that so much.
Yep. And then Last of my megas, my level 7 megas, for extending Omnimons.
He's got
with Blitz.
the boy. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory at this point. I mean, you can, for level 7s, you can run Omnimon or Susanomon. I'm just opting to not run the Susanomon because I've just never liked him. That's basically what it comes down to. Into the Tamers, we have the main boy, who, if Blue Hybrid continues to be a problem after BT8 drops, I think a lot of people are going to cry for this card to get hit.
God damn it, Tommy.
Yeah, it's this card is stupid. When you play it, you trash 3 Digivolution cards from one of your opponent's Digimon.
Extremely powerful.
Yeah, it's extremely powerful. So, that Jessmon that you just left in the raising area right there. Mm-hmm. Oh, I pushed it out. Okay, let's see. I've got all this DP boost. I've got all this DP boost, security attack +1. All right, let's go ahead and swing. Tommy Himi, strip your bottom sources. Wait, what does that mean? It means you've lost your ability to get the security attack +1 and all the other shit.
And you get more memory. You get more draws. You get more memory.
Yep. It's so nuts. Oh, and on top of that, because these tamers are based on the kids from Digimon Frontier, aka the 4th season, when attacking until the end of your opponent's next turn, one of your opponent's Digimon with no Digivolution cards can't attack or block. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's totally fair.
Even more Hexablow stun.
Oh, even more Hexablow stun. Not to mention, you just pair it with arguably the best blue tamer in the game. God, what can we say about this card that hasn't been said already? It's nuts. Gain extra memory if your opponent... Literally, your opponent hard plays something, you're getting 2 extra memory than they accounted for. Oh, and whenever you attack, you just get to strip their sources. There are...
2 sources. 2 sources.
Yeah, 2 of them, and there are very few ways of getting those sources back. In fact, most competitive decks, it's literally physically impossible to get an evolution source back from the discard pile or the trash bin. But anyways, after that, we've got arguably what is the next best tamer, Mr. Jesus Christ, I understand it was only in the 1 set, but holy hell, why is this card $20 fucking? Sheesh. Ay. Come on, Bandai, you need to reprint this guy for us a lot sooner than the Jessmon and Ragnar Lordmon starter decks. Come on. And because I'm running a more hybrid-based build, I've got 2 more tamers, because tamers are essentially rookies in the hybrid-based decks. So Koji, basically, when he comes down, you play it for free if it's hitting the security, and then once per turn, if one of your Digimon with hybrid in its name moves, so it's got a couple of different effects. The first one is this thing can literally warp into this guy by placing 5 hybrids from your hand under it. So you're able to just basically place like 5 different hybrids of your choice from your hand under it, and then he'll just automatically digivolve into this guy. And like we were talking about with Tommy, because he's one of the kids from Frontier, he's got an inherited effect because the kids turned into Digimon in that show instead of having partners. And this one, whenever an effect adds a card to your hand, you gain a memory. And then the Digimon can't be blocked. So it's just like, okay, so you gain a memory, and on top of insult to injury, you can't block me. I mean, oof. It's so good. Majority of the decks will just basically run around the Sorajos, the Davises, and the Tommies. But I like having the Koji in there for that little extra fare because, again, I pulled this boy at sneak peek. So it's like he chose me as his partner, so I had to make use of him. So next we're going into the option cards. Well, I'll let you go ahead and start off with the options.
I have fewer option cards than you do, but we're both running the same 3. So the 1 Ice Ball because you kind of have to, and 2 Howling Memory Boosts for stripping 2 Digivolution sources, and then more Hexablow shenanigans.
Did we mention that this deck is about freezing your opponent's Digimon and making it so they can't do anything?
Oh, and delay.
Yeah, delay, you get 2 extra memory. So...
sorry, can I say one thing?
Yes.
You know what you can freeze?
Everything.
These nuts.
These nuts.
Oh, and on top of, for those of you wondering what I meant about Blue getting memory out of nowhere, aside from the delay, we got 4 Hammer Sparks. Seriously, why is this card allowed at 4? This card is stupid.
If I had room, I would add more Hammer Sparks.
You've got a little more line building
Yeah.
than I do on yours. That's basically the main difference. But again, the main most popular way that people run the blue hybrid deck is they run it more akin to mine, but they have the Azulongmons that are in Chris's deck here. So, anyways, guys, that's our double deck profile for Blue Hybrid and Blue Hybrid Hexablau. Be sure to hit that like button down below.
Comment,
and
subscribe.
Comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Until next time, we freeze you long time!
Stay tuned.
That's racist.